Hey, good morning. Nathan Goodrich, Operations Section Chief for Team 3 with your operational update on the Bachelor Complex. So I'll start up here in Branch 3, Division Oscar. So that's all the various small incidents that the team has taken on over the course of the last 10 or so days, with the largest ones being Backside, 9/11, and the Lucky Butte. All of those incidents are currently in patrol mode by aviation resources, and we have demobbed the Backside and demobilized the resources off of 9/11 as well. So a lot of good work went into those incidents, the ones that were a little bit larger and closer to values at risk. And like I said, those have been demobbed, and so they're no longer staffed. Will be patrolled by air, including Lucky Butte, which hasn't moved a whole lot since about a week and a half ago when we had the winds and such. And since then, there's been quite a bit of rain, and that's never been staffed. And so again, patrolled by air in Oscar. Moving down to the Little Lava Fire for Division Tango, and if folks remember, that was the piece that slopped across the 45 road, a couple of little spots by Kaminsky Butte. The crews are working in Division Tango. They're going to progress out to about this point right here. So we figured we have about another day, possibly two, and in putting in that direct line with hand crews as well as some mechanical assistance from the dozers. And then that's where that's going to stop, essentially, is right about here. But that's progressing really well. And as they go, they're containing these lines. So you're starting to see quite a bit more black on the map as they move to the west there. Moving down into Gulf. This remains our most active division as far as fire behavior, as well as some of our activities that are going on. Containment from the 45 road along this lower piece, across some of those fuel treatments that we've been talking about that were helpful in slowing the fire progression when the fire was burning with the wind. And they've progressed over to about this point here where you see the dozer hashes on the map. From there, they run into several different pretty major lava seams that are coming off of the buttes up here, and so they're not able to go direct any longer. So we've pulled down to a series of roads here, should be about in this little chunk right here, and that's going to get prepped for some burning. And so that'll currently be some indirect line rather than direct line right up against the fire's edge. And from that point, we're looking at potentially Friday, Saturday to do some burning along that road system to secure this edge back into our good containment features over here at around DP 119. So that's going to be the plan for the next several days on Division Gulf. Over in Kilo on the west side, they've continued to work this 45-25 up to the 810 and out to this point here, and that's all looking really good and secured. You see a little bit of black on the map there as far as containment. And 913 is going to remain just a monitor. You can drive to that fire, but we're not going to take any action on that for the foreseeable future. Across the entire incident, there's still, it's a little bit of a progression of, putting in your line, getting that secured, and then we either call it contained, or we do some mop up, patrolling, and as we feel good about it, we move towards that overall containment and then eventually control. None of these fires are in control status yet, but that's just kind of the progression, and then eventually we call them out. So we're just slowly moving towards that, through that process, and they're securing, mopping up, patrolling, and starting to do some repair, some suppression repair. So dozer lines that were put in place, starting to pull those lines in that are not needed, starting to chip a lot of the materials that we generated during the preparation phase of some of our roads and our lines. And so a lot of that work is starting to occur on Branch 3. Had a meeting yesterday with the emergency management folks, and there should be an announcement coming out today as far as a different evacuation level, so be looking for that. And there still is that closure area in place, around on the Forest Service ground around the Little Lava, so please respect that. So moving over to Division Alpha, Zulu, Lima, and Mike in branches 1 and 2, Flat Top and Firestone fires. So I'll start up on top here. quite a bit more containment on this incident than what's shown on the map. We weren't able to get that in on time before printing, so Firestone Fire is looking really good as far as their containment. Had crews working along this section here, and this was our most recent burn activity, so there's still a little bit of heat in there. That's why it's not contained, but likely by the end of shift it will be. Crews have worked this direct line all the way around over into the Zulu country, as well as coming up this way, so looking for some containment on that, if not today, by tomorrow, and that'll be looking real solid. That was not mechanical or anything like that. It was direct line and or just hot spotting across that northern piece. A lot of prep work was done out here on this road and this road, so the resources are starting to do some of that repair that I was talking about, chipping and pulling in dozer lines and just kind of some general cleanup. The bottom part of the incident was where they originally were going at it during the initial attack, so not a lot of heat there left anymore, and that's why you're seeing more containment on the southern part here. Overall, Firestone's looking really good, and looking for full containment on that again in the next couple of days. So moving down to Flat Top, that was our more recently active incident, not just from fire behavior, but also for burning opportunities. So here in Division Lima, this is where we burned most recently, and but we put a lot of effort into that as far as the containment, because you're seeing it's contained already, and looking for more mop up and patrolling and snagging and just general cleanup here on Lima on this western edge. Looking really good. The direct dozer line all the way across through here, it's we're calling it squiggly. That's a technical term, and it's just in and out and all sorts of little fingers and stuff on that northern edge following the fire perimeter, and there is quite a few lava seams and such out in here, so it's kind of a messy line, but folks have been in there getting a lot of good mop up and depth going, and looking for. This will probably be our last area of some containment, just due to that fact that it's fairly remote and a lot of opportunities for our heat sources to kind of hide out there. On the northern part of Lima and Division Mike, they came together to put this burn in here over the last several days. That's been all secured though and taken care of. We had a couple of little spot fires that we mentioned in the past here by Polytop Butte. That those are all contained and taken care of, and then the rest of Mike is very, very secure. You see the containment along there, along the southeast corner. Looking for quite a bit more suppression repair going on these dozer lines. This one here in particular, out on BLM ground, as well as the stuff along the Forest Service boundary. And the crews will be generally across all four of those divisions, really focusing in on that suppression repair, the chipping, the repair of the dozer lines, any other features that need to be taken care of, and then snagging those major thoroughfares for hazard trees that are going to come down during the incident as well as later. Same message as far as the Lake County and the Deschutes County. The line's about right here, but as far as the emergency management discussions and the evac zones, so be paying attention to that for an announcement later on this morning. So for the Firestone, looking to be some changes there, and in Deschutes County, and then in Flat Top in Lake County. So again, be paying attention to those evacuation levels. And then also be respectful of the closure that'll still be in place on Forest Service ground. We've had several incursions here lately from some public that seem to want to come right into the fire area, and again, there's lots of fire weakened trees and lots of other hazards out there, so it'd be best if folks were to respect that closure and stay out of the fire area. Lots of good work gone on over the last week or so. Certainly some help from Mother Nature with some lower temperatures, higher relative humidities, and that's been helpful with some of the mop-up efforts. But a lot of good work going on both branches, and looks to be going on for the rest of the week. Looking at a little bit of a weather change. May have some higher winds today from the sounds of it. Might produce a little bit more smoke production here and there on some of the unburned islands within the fire perimeter. And then if I back up a little bit, looking towards the end of the week, folks might be seeing some increased smoke coming off of that little section there on Little Lava later in the week, but we'll certainly prep you on that for when we're actually going to do the burning on that. So Yeah, crews are looking forward to another good day out on the lines on both branches, and end a report for your operational update. Have a good day.